Hey, good morning. I'm dropping my daughter off at horse lessons, so I figured I would just say good morning to you guys. I have something really heavy on my heart today about people that are trying to afford a house right now. I know it's super, super expensive, and all the experts are saying the prices are still going up and all these different things. Trump's now in office. We're kind of seeing a lot of changes going on, and he keeps saying that there's going to be some changes to interest rates and stuff. So we're going to have to kind of wait to see. Nobody really has a crystal ball as to what exactly is going to happen. So it's really hard to say, this is it. This is what's going to be. But if you are in a position where you want to buy a house and you're just really hesitant to make a move because what if the market tanks or this or that or interest rates go down, and there's so many variables right now that I completely understand your hesitancy. And I'm also seeing some similarities. Now, I'm not saying that we're anywhere near what happened when the market tanked in 08 and 09, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities when it comes to how people are talking about the market. They're like, I have no crystal ball, but experts say prices are going to increase and prices are only going to get harder and prices are this, prices are that. I kept hearing that noise so much, and it was, almost hilarious when market went. Nobody predicted that. Okay. Nobody. Every single expert, if you had asked them in 2006 that was going to happen, they would have literally laughed at you. Okay. So if you're hesitant, that's okay. I'm not here to convince you, no, we're never going to be in a market like that again, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Nobody knows, right? But I can look at the trends. I can see what I see from my vantage point of knowing what the market has been like for the last, 20 years. Even though I haven't been in the real estate industry, I have been in it since 2000 when I started working in the banking industry. So I've seen it from all the different areas, the banking side, the legal side, now the real estate side. I've seen it full circle. So I hear what the noise is. I'm hearing it just like you are. And it still does make me nervous when I hear some of these people, experts say. I'm like, experts? What experts? I need to know their names. I need to know their qualifications. How long have they been in the business? What are they looking at when they say that they're the expert, knowing this is going to be the trend? I want to know more, right? That's probably where you're at and why you're listening to this video still. But this is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys in my upcoming webinar, that it's hard to really just talk about it in a couple minute video. So I'm going to do an entire webinar, an hour long, that's going to really dive into affordable home options right now. Now, the thing to be very careful about when you're looking at affordable options is don't get yourself stuck in a situation where it's like the buy and refi. Like, that was one of the biggest problems that I saw back in 2007, right as it started to go down, is they were so heavily pushing loan products that were ridiculously horrible loan terms. Excuse me. I had a friend that I was talking to, and she said that, so it was like the 5-1 arm, where basically it's a set interest rate for 5 years. And after that 5-year term, it's a variable rate, and it's subject to change every year based on that current market. And the rates were going up at that time. And so what the idea was to get into the house with this horrible mortgage and refinance it in a couple of years as the market increased, as you get some more equity, and then you just refinance the loan into a really great 30-year standard conventional mortgage. But the problem was interest rates started to go up. These 5-1 arms, a lot of them were starting to become adjustable rate mortgages, and so their payments were increasing, and then to boot, the market started to decrease. So you couldn't really refinance anymore. So people were stuck in these horrific loans, and some of them were requiring balloon payments after that term of 5 years or whatever it was, of $50,000 on top of your mortgage payment that doubled essentially overnight. So that is one of the main culprits to everybody going into foreclosure, because they couldn't afford these ridiculous loans that they got themselves into just to get the house, and they could no longer refinance them into a favorable loan term. So that's why I want you guys to be very cautious whenever you do affordable mortgage options is to really weigh those pros and cons, really understand what you're getting yourself into. Because those interest rate buy downs are a very common thing right now. And a lot of people think, oh, well, in a couple of years, interest rates will go down. People were saying this 2 or 3 years ago. Interest rates have not come down. So I'm very concerned for those people that, they bought that rate down and now they're looking at this upcoming next few months, next year or so. Interest rates are still not where we want them to be. So it's very scary, and I don't want people to be putting themselves in that situation. So that's what I'm going to really be talking about in this webinar, where we're going to talk about these affordable loan options and different ways that you can kind of some outside of the box ways of thinking, but in a way that's not going to put you in a pickle where you're going to be like screwed if you don't refinance this loan in a year or two. Because there's a ton of ways that we can do this. And one of the biggest ways that I tell my clients is, if you're worried about the market tanking or, whatever's going to happen, don't buy the nicest house on the block. Buy one that needs a little bit of sweat equity. And what I mean is like little updates here and there, something that's livable, like it's not in squalor, like you have no heating in the house and like there's no floors and like, there's rodents everywhere. Like, not necessarily something that scary, something that might be outdated. Maybe it needs new carpet. Maybe the kitchen needs to be gutted and redone. Maybe the bathrooms are, like old, or they just need some repairs and updates and things. Maybe, but they're still usable. Like, you wouldn't be disgusted taking a shower in it, like something that's livable, but you definitely want to make some updates to it. That is a great option for someone that is looking to getting into the real estate market. So we're going to be talking about stuff like that, like 203K loans. Those are like the FHA allows these type of loans where you buy a house and we think of the future value of the house once these updates are made to this house to make it, what you want it to be. So we're going to talk through how that works, pros and cons of that, as well as some other great loan options out there to help you look at buying a house, but may not be, 30-year conventional mortgage that you go and just buy your brand new custom beautiful house. Like, it's baby steps, especially if it's your first house. We want to get you something that works for you now, that we can upgrade and upgrade and upgrade to your forever home. That's the goal. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about in this webinar. You're going to be hearing a little bit more noise in the next few weeks about it. I'm trying to determine what day of the week I want to do it, but it's going to be sometime in February. So leave a comment below if you're interested to learn more about the webinar and when we're going to be having it. And I'm going to be getting a sign-up sheet here soon. So just leave a comment, DM me, whatever you want to do to get in contact with me. You can go to my website, stacyriter.net/contact, and that's all the different ways to get in contact with me. So I hope to see you guys soon, and you guys have a great day.